But there's also some criticism that I will launch towards the Canadian government as well. I think they might be a little heavy-handed on the truckers. But anyway, once again, it's fucking War Watch, baby. Once again, it's War Watch. War is imminent. War is happening. War is literally happening right now. You're just unaware of it. War will never stop. Okay? Russia invaded Ukraine already. Ukraine is now a part of Russian territory once again. When Russia finally invades in 2045, you're going to look so silly in the nursing home. No, it's happening already. It's literally happened. You're just
with what could
mainstream media is like hiding the truth, okay?
A pivotal few days over the crisis in Ukraine after the latest shelling in the eastern part of the country. Our Holly Williams was the only network reporter to visit a kindergarten allegedly hit by Russian-backed forces. The violence comes as the U.S. and NATO countries say Russia could be on the brink of invading Ukraine at any moment. Holly is now back in Kyiv, safely back in Kyiv, Ukraine's capital.
So they already kind of gave the game away, right? Like,
so happy.
They kind of gave the game away where it's like, oh, Russia's invading Ukraine. Like, it's imminent. It's imminent. It's imminent. It's imminent, right? But, like, if it doesn't happen, if it literally does not fucking happen, then it doesn't matter because then they're going to go ahead and pat themselves on the back and say, we stopped it from happening. Like, it was going to happen and it can still happen and we stopped it. This past month has been a sequence of L's for mainstream media where they regularly just keep saying, oh, dude, it's literally happening right now. It's literally happening tomorrow. It's happening. What the fuck? You said this was never going to happen, but it hasn't happened. And I don't think it will happen. It historically, since 2014, the media has tried to whip up this exact same cycle, and it just has not happened. What do you mean? What do you mean? If you said it's never going to happen, Lamau, it doesn't matter. Like, it's never going to happen as in like, if it's going to happen in fucking 2045, then of course that might happen. Situations might change, okay? But I personally don't fucking believe that it's going to happen this year, just like it didn't happen last year. Like, what kind of fucking take is that? Holy shit. Oh, dude, well, fucking, your own, dude. Given the circumstances, given how much, how horrifying it would be for Russia, specifically, if we're thinking about it from the Russian perspective,
6 months,
they can't catch that fucking smoke. You know, they can't. They will not be able to fucking catch that smoke. If it wasn't for NATO, they'd be speaking freaking Russian in Ukraine by now. Good one, dude.
Capital. Holly, good morning.
Good morning. There's been an escalation in violence in eastern Ukraine where government forces have been fighting a war against Russian.
The shelling shit is not important. It happens all the fucking time. What's actually different this time around, the first time I will say, the first time I will personally say Russia is engaging in something different that is kind of sussy, is the evacuation that started earlier today. That is the first fucking time. Like the kindergarten being struck by a projectile, all that stuff. Like,
what does Russia
people saying like this is a false flag, people blaming one another. All that stuff is normal. All that stuff is basic. But the evacuations of civilians from eastern Ukraine, like the Russian civilians evacuated from eastern Ukraine back to Russia, that is actually fucking weird. That is actually sussy as fuck. That is way, way, way scarier than that. This is literally way scarier than anything else they've done so far. Okay? This is the biggest concentration of military forces in like 40 years, my guy. Dude, they fucking have 90,000, 100,000, 120,000 every fucking year. They added 20 extra. Shut the fuck up. Last year, it was the biggest concentration. And the year before that, it was the biggest concentration. I hate it when motherfuckers say my guy. If shit hits the fan, will you commit to admitting you were wrong? Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Of course. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you motherfuckers, dude? All you care about is like winning and losing debates. I hate you. I hate your fucking brain. You literally are fucking brain broken, dude. I said that. I've been saying that for fucking weeks.
Has less than 3.
Like, you literally want fucking Ukraine to be wiped out just so you can get like a W in your mind. Like, oh, dude, he admitted to being wrong. Of course, dude, I admit to being wrong all the fucking time. It doesn't matter. It only matters in your mind, you fucking dingus. No one cares. It's so strange to want to have a fucking gotcha moment on like war. It betrays everything. It betrays everything that you have fucking said so far about how much you care about Ukraine, for the record. You literally don't give a fuck. And I'm right. Like, you just don't give a fuck about the livelihood of Ukrainian people. You don't care about the Russian people. You just want to fucking win an argument. Like, you literally like, I hope Russia fucking invades just so I can go into the HasanAbi stream and gloat for a second before I get permabanned. And then I can go back and like, I don't know, go to a subreddit and fucking type in there and be like, look, I got my karma points. That's not going to change your life. You're still a pathetic fucking loser and everyone hates you, okay? Everyone that is not immediately in your vicinity, everyone on the internet that does not know how much of a fucking horrible human being you are, hates you. Everyone in the real world hates you. So you're just like trying to fucking get a little bit of a boost of adrenaline from like karma and Reddit gold. Thank you for the Reddit gold, kind sir. That's it. Why do you keep reacting to them, dude? They eat it up. I know. It's so fucking sad. Anyway, this is significant. This is more significant than anything else that's happened thus far. Okay? But motherfuckers have been coming in here being like, the war already happened. The war is happening right now. But none of you admit you're wrong. So far, the war has not happened. Okay? You're wrong every day. By the way, it's not just Russian civilians. They're just evacuating everyone living there, 2 to 3 million people. Yeah, that's really fucking scary. Why is this terrible take your hill to die on? It's not a terrible take to say that America will greatly benefit from Russia and Ukraine fighting one another, okay? They sell guns. They completely fucking destroy a foreign adversary. It is not in Russia's best interest to actually fucking have an Afghanistan in their doorstep. Okay? That's it. I'm doing it. I'm literally doing it. I'm repeating the same talking points over and over again. Like, this is the most effective way to destroy my stream. The most effective way to fucking destroy the stream is by derailing me regularly and forcing me to, because I can't fucking stop. Because I have a bad brain too. And I can't fucking stop. I have to like immediately respond to every single fucking dumbass.
2014. Both sides are blaming each other. But this comes as the US claims Russia may have already begun a so-called false flag operation.
We flew with Ukraine's military to the country's far east, under 10 miles from the Russian border, to the village of Stanitsa Luhanska, where Ukraine says Russian-backed separatists fired heavy artillery into civilian areas yesterday, including this school, ironically named Fairy Tale Kindergarten.
By the way, we're done. Mods, you guys can fucking clap the living ass cheeks of every single fucking dumbass, including like West Elm, Caleb, and all of them. I don't need to fucking constantly center the stream around these selfish fucking pieces of shit who almost want Russia to fucking invade Ukraine so they can get a fucking W. Like, they can feel like they won an argument, even though they've been taking L's sequentially every single fucking day thus far because they keep saying that the war is imminent, whereas it has not happened. Okay. It's just there's no reason. It just keeps fucking derailing the stream. I can't get through a single fucking thing.
a place of innocence now shattered. Children would have had a lesson in the room that was hit just minutes later, according to Yulia Semenko, who works at the school.
When you look at the damage here, it must have been terrifying for the children that were inside this building.
We were told none of the students were hurt, but Ukraine says 3 adults were injured. Ukrainian soldiers showed us where they said another artillery shell hit in
Can you
the...
explain why the shelling is normal? I think it's important to elaborate on these points because it's going to be used as a huge talking point, as well as why the evacuation is scary. So shelling across like Ukrainian nationalist forces and like Russian-backed separatist forces in these regions is a regular occurrence. I mean, it's not super regular, but it definitely happens routinely. There's also fighting that occurs routinely. Using this as a like totally unique and different thing, it's a violation of the ceasefire or whatever, is media propagandizing something that is otherwise a common occurrence. It's like, what do I always tell you? A lot of people love to use something that is something that most people are unaware of, even if it's ongoing, as a, oh, this is the first time it's happened. Look how scary this is. Republicans do this all the time when they talk about like how scary something is by simply describing the way it was concocted, like the mRNA vaccines. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, that's how it's done. This relies on the audience having a significant lack of knowledge. Yeah, both sides violate the ceasefire regularly. Both sides also propagandize about like fucking finding bombs or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that stuff is normal. What's not normal is the major evacuation. That's not really encouraging to hear. Dog, that is just the fucking reality, okay? I'm just saying that you have to understand this isn't fucking Ohio, okay? This is Russia and Ukraine. It's an entirely separate fucking set of standards, okay? So like I said, that is a sad reality, but and an unfortunate reality, but that is certainly something that has been ongoing. If you look to this and go, whoa, this is fucking imminent. This is imminent. This is why an invasion is happening. Well, then you're wrong. This is not new.
Relatively normal things.
Okay?
I.e. removing citizens from an area of growing conflict.
I think a lot of the actions so far are normal precautions for a growing border conflict. No. Military exercises on the Russian border are normal. It happens every fucking year. Okay? Military exercises on the Russian border, normal. It's a way to posture. It's a way to flex. We do it. NATO forces do it. We do it in fucking the Korean Peninsula all the time. We do it all around the world. Okay? Military exercises are an aggressive show of force to say, like, listen, we got the smoke. Like, you don't want to fucking catch it, right? I already repeated this. That's normal. They do it all the time. Russia does it every year, and then they fucking pull back. What's not normal, or the shelling and the back and forth fighting, that's also normal. That's been happening. That's been happening for many, many years. The thing that is abnormal is a full-blown evacuation. If true, the full-blown evacuation is absolutely abnormal. Full-blown evacuation from these areas, absolutely abnormal, not good. That's the first thing that I have seen personally. The first scene that I have seen personally that I would consider to be a legitimate move towards further action, okay? Whether it be annexation of certain eastern Ukrainian territories, whether they're going to fucking try to justify it with like fake news bullshit, like, oh, it was, they were destroying this territory or whatever, or not, that's actually fucking very worrisome. And why is it worrisome? Because it's not the Ukrainian government that is evacuating, it's the Russian government that's evacuating Russians from those regions. Because when you pull back citizens from that region, you're gearing up for actual fucking war. Like that's the first time where it's like, that's not just ramping up. Now you can actually fucking move troops in to that territory. That's very different. So, And the amount of people that live in that territory is not like a small area. There's a lot. Why are these leftist media making the situation seem worse?
Letty's
No,
go.
the situation is the most serious it's been thus far. And I think that a lot of people who analyze the situation not from like exclusively a fucking pro-NATO point of view, and people that are leftists living in Eastern Europe and whatnot who are aware of this, will probably agree with me on this as well. This is the most concerning thing that's happened. Not the fucking shelling, which is, you know, constant back and forth, but you know, pulling people, evacuating a region, like getting people to evacuate a region, millions of people. That's not easy. That's not like moving 150,000 troops to the fucking border. That's whatever. Are you against Ukrainians backpedaling? Do you think Ukrainians should evacuate? Why are you backpedaling? Okay, see, like, this is what I mean. This guy doesn't understand any of the words that are coming out of my mouth, not even remotely interested in understanding any of the words that are coming out of my mouth, simply in here to fucking say shit so that they can, like, try to get a gotcha, even though they're too stupid to understand that there is no gotcha here or no backpedaling. Anyway.
Biggest
Does that
buildup
make
of
sense?
troops as Major Saddam has the 4th largest army energy.
Do you guys understand what I'm saying here? Does everybody get what I mean? Let's continue.
Playground.
There were no children here at the time.
Yeah, they all were inside building on the second floor.
In eastern Ukraine, government forces have been fighting Russian-backed separatists for nearly 8 years.
Watching these streams, one can all but notice the gloomy posture you have adopted. You were wrong, and now you're glossing over the fact. Disgusting. I'm still not wrong. No war has fucking occurred. I don't think there will be all-out war regardless. I do not think that Russia will fucking invade Kiev, but Russia might actually, in my opinion, Russia might actually take over some eastern territories. And I do think that that would be unacceptable if they did that, for the record, regardless of the demographic profile of eastern territories. It's expansionist. It's unacceptable. Like I've said already, I am not in favor of Russia invading Ukraine. I have never been in favor of Russia invading Ukraine since fucking day one. That's entirely different than saying, I don't think Russia is going to invade Ukraine because they do not have the fucking capacity to invade Ukraine. Let's continue.
A bloody conflict that's cost over 14,000 lives, according to Ukraine. But now, with nearly 160,000 Russian troops estimated to be massed along Ukraine's border, there are fears Russia could stage or provoke a violent incident as a pretext for invasion, a scenario the US claims may already have started.
We have reason to believe that